What is up, YouTube? It is a super fun day today. We got about an hour of sunlight left. That's going down over the trees in the house. Intake manifold needs to go on the Falcon. Radiator needs to go on the truck. Speedway hooked it up. Sent this in 1-day shipping, which would have been awesome if I was in town this weekend, but I was not. So got coolant, got radiator. Closest thing I could find to the current one that's in the car, so I'm hoping that's going to be a super fast, easy swap-a-roo. I'm sure it won't be. This one, intake manifold, I got some pine needles I got to get out of here now too. Reinstall the intake manifold, so I got to brake clean down the rest of this, drop the distributor back in, get this kind of running. Ideally, I'll have 2 running vehicles that are working without issue today. We'll see what happens. Intake manifold is in. Big old glob this time. I went super high on this. Quick little skim coat around the coolant passages just for reassurance, but should be okay now. Well, that was super smart of me. I just laid down the RTV on the intake manifold and then remembered I forgot to grab the gaskets from the shop. I just drained the coolant on the truck, so that is gone. And the Volvo is the only car still running, so the SUV is saving my behind right now. Quick little rip, luckily I'm close. Set the RTV up, I wanted to wait 15 minutes anyway, but I thought I'd be productive and get some stuff done in that 15 minutes. Now that 15 minutes is gonna be spent scrambling, running to the shop to grab the correct gaskets that I need, and try and get this thing done on time. Sweet, good planning on my part. 12 minutes have passed. RTV's set up, drop the gaskets on that I just remembered to pick up. Yes, I know they're 5.0 ones, but that's where we're at. So throw these back on and then drop the manifold on. All right, gaskets coated around the coolant ports. Drop the manifold on now.
Out okay?
Yeah, just fixing up a couple intake leaks.
How did it run?
Good. The trans I got in here, the overdrive shot.
Oh.
But can't know that until you do it. But no complaints.
They got it looking pretty good.
Yeah, slowly but surely.
So anyway, I got a chore for you.
All right, intake manifold is installed, ready to go. Put a couple of hoses on real quick. Nothing's tightened down yet, but manifold is torqued down, ready to rock and roll. Carb spacer's back on. And now that that scramble is done, we get to go over to the truck and drain a radiator. I do not have a petcock or a bung on this one, so nor do I know where you guys are gonna be at or what you guys are gonna see. Not that exciting to drain coolant, so I don't really care all that much if you miss out on this big mess that I'm about to make. I also have not opened up the new Speedway box yet, so there is a good chance that none of this will actually fit. So, I'm gonna let that drain. Grab the biggest pan I could find. So hopefully that'll help a little, but Whenever you drain coolant, it always just seems to go wherever the pan is not. That's all right. Got one electric fan to rip out of there, which shouldn't be too bad. Couple zip ties. Oh, super sketchy zip ties, not even the nice ones. One electric fan, which is not a big deal at this juncture in the year. It's cold. I really don't think I will be needing that at all. But we'll go let this drain and then start putting some more parts back on the Falcon. You know, I have a Holly for this, and I said I was going to put that on all right now at this juncture, but changed my mind. This one runs, works. Not that that won't happen. It's just a matter of trying to get all of the logistics of detailed things done. I hate having dead vehicles in the driveway. That is back in. Oh, god damn it. That's what happens when you get ahead of yourself. Carburetor bracket helps too. You don't want that. Together. Stole my gas squirt bottle.
Clean it up, bitch.
All sunset, cold. Racing the sun going down, trying to get 2 cars running today. Oh, why do I do this to myself? If anybody has an answer, I'd love to know. Babe! Fire is dangerous, kids. Very curious if that little puff of gas actually got on tape. Okay, after the near fire fatal fiasco, we're back to work over here. Distributor's back in, dropped in place. I didn't torque it down because I'm gonna have to adjust the timing 100%. Left side I left wired to the cap, the right side I disconnected. So I just gotta lay this out in the proper firing order. Upper coolant hose is hooked back up. Just gotta snug down. Actually, the lower block one I never took off. So tighten up the upper, tighten up the crossover from the water pump. Ground is hooked up. Fan stuff is hooked up. Fuel line comes down, routes down and up. I'm gonna redo all of this once I get a better layout of everything. But I got the fuel line hooked back up on the carb. Linkages are hooked up. So realistically, all I have left is hook up these wires, finish that out, and should be about ready to fire this one back up again. So in the meantime, I will finish running these wires real quick. Then we're gonna bounce back over to the truck. So let me lay this out over here. Got the upper radiator hose left. And the electrical for the fan, which I haven't done yet. So upper hose is done on this. Then I gotta figure out where these brackets are at. So I'm gonna bounce back to the Falcon, hook up the rest of these plug wires, then bounce back to the truck, open up the new radiator, start removing that one, and I'll turn the camera back on that side, only because I've done a million intake manifold and first start chasing, wiring, all that other crap, and it's super boring and redundant because I'm doing the same thing over and over and over again. New radiator, on the other hand, exactly what I want to be doing right now on my truck that's supposed to be done and not have to be messed with. Okay, hoses are hooked up, or spark plug wires are all hooked up on this. This should be about ready to start. I don't think I missed anything else. There wasn't too much other than the intake manifold bolts, but I do want to give this a little bit more time to set up. Just topped off the radiator. Now we're back to the truck. All I have done so far on the truck is disconnect the 1-speed terminal on the ground side of the fan. Yes, I know it's not covered. Yes, I know that these are not the correct terminals to use for engine bay electrics that are exposed to the elements, but it's what I had. Here's my hot lead fused on the fan. Did not run a relay. Yell at me later in the comments. I don't really care. It's worked forever, and I run it on a toggle. I've never had any issues whatsoever. And amp draw, it's not that big of a fan either, so it's kind of an auxiliary. I do have a mechanical fan with no shroud. Also, not the right way to do it, but it's worked. So, with those things in mind, we are pretty much ready to pull this radiator, which looks like I have 2 bolts up here, right through the front of the core, so I might have to drill some holes in the new one. And go go from there. Other than that, it's just a little couple of angle iron brackets on the bottom side. So let me grab some tools and wrenches and we'll rip these out right there and there. So 2 quick bolts shouldn't be too bad. Like I said, angle iron down at the bottom. Hopefully I don't drop the phone in a lake of coolant, because that would be terrible. Oddly enough, I do think I need to use my truck tomorrow for shop stuff. And, you know, nothing like offering a delivery pickup service for stuff that I don't even have a working truck for. Shop partner called me today. He's like, "Is your truck working?" I'm like, "Yeah, can be." So we'll see if that's accurate. Out of the way now. This has never been out of here since I've owned this truck, so I'm looking at stuff too. It's getting dark. One little ridge, just a C-channel section welded right to the firewall-ish. Oh well, grab that new radiator. Did one of them in unboxing videos, I think. Set up on the American workbench. Okay. Big old box. Whole bunch of styrofoam. Ooh. Semi-polished tanks. Those are kind of pretty. Grab the other one and see what happens. Well, luckily, these two are pretty much identical. There's the old core. There's the old one. Tanks actually look relatively similar. Slight variation at the very bottom. This is angled and pitched up on the old one. Angled and pitched up on the new one. This might be a little bit different. Okay. Good enough to make that work. I just gotta hope that the Speedway tanks hold up. It's the best tool to break packaging. Kind of like a hammer. Best one you can get. Ooh, a little dinged up in shipping. Not a big deal. Oh, fancy. Kind of really wish that wasn't on there, but whatever, it's on the inside. All right, I'm gonna go around to the front of the car. Okay, radiator fits on the bottom side. Everything works. Only issue is the 2 bolts that were already drilled through here. I got one here. It's basically just a really long bolt, 1/4 20. Long bolt drilled through with a nut on the back to hold it almost like a stud. This lines up too low. It's wanting to hit the fins, so that's not going to work there. This one I loosened the nut on that holds this in place. I think I might be able to cheat this. Got a Sharpie mark right there. I'll drill a hole there. Pull this through. If I throw 1 bolt on for now, that's really all I need. If I put pressure on this, I think we should be pretty close. It's really, really close to rubbing through a fin, but whatever. It is what it is. That'll get it running and working for now. I can make a nice little angle bracket down the line, like a hook. So it'll basically come off of the top of this, come back and hold this in place. Then I'll ditch the bolts that go through it. Now I don't mind drilling holes in brand new parts. So let me grab a drill and go from there. Oh, I caught a win. If I look right here, I got a stud right here. It's getting dark, so it's gonna be hard to see. Got a stud right here. If I pull that in, it lands right at the top through the fin. So I think what I'm gonna do is line this one up, and then I'll drill one hole here on this side. Should work. Brand new. Not ideal, but we are in business. Get this off. Flag right over here. Then we'll fire up the Falcon once I get this hooked back up. Falcon will get started. Do a quick leak check, drain the coolant, make sure that gets rebled, warm that up to temp. I did put a 180-degree thermostat in there as well. Up and down. Couple nuts just to hold this thing in place. Right there. One nut on this side and we are good. Get your nipple. Hose-wise, we are in really good shape actually. Working at night is my least favorite thing in the world, but sometimes you just gotta do it. Hoses line up dead and that's perfect. Get enough 2 fingers of clearance on the fan. And I'm gonna set you guys down. I'm gonna zip this down, tighten this up, put some pipe dope on this fitting, fill this up with coolant, fire up the Falcon, come back, fire up the truck, and we'll have a dueling battle of coolant bleeding. All right, so we'll do one more top off here, fire this up, let this warm up. Jump in, pump the gas twice, and start it. Two or three, good. Sure. Hold on. Yeah, it might take a minute because I didn't put gas in the carb yet. Try it again. Now you're getting gas. Pump it like 3 times. Good, on gas, no more gas. Don't do that yet. My timing marks are way, way off. Basically one plug off on the firing order for that, but that's nice. Now I gotta fill this thing up and fire this one up. Chris is grabbing us some water to put coolant in the new one. Here's the shattered beer bottle I just broke. Onto the Falcon, give it a quick once over here. The choke is not adjusted or hooked up yet, so that might take a minute. We'll definitely have to re-pull the distributor tomorrow. Don't have enough adjustment hitting the intake manifold. No timing light yet. Like I said, today if I can just get everything running and driving proper, that's all I'm looking for. Quick here. Nice little puddle under this side. Expect it. Clean the bubbles out. If we come around to the inside, pulling about 18 inches of vacuum. Volt gauge is not correct. I never fixed that yet. Definitely think this carb's jetted a little rich and preloading, but I'll deal with that later too. Like I said, I had it running driving. Put some miles on it. Out some of the bubbles. Two gallons filled up the radiators. So 1 gallon of coolant, 1 gallon of water. Pretty much 2 gallons. Still waiting on this one to get hot. Nothing on the temp gauge yet. No, it's totally dark out. Hoping to be done with this in the daylight. We're nowhere near that. Got the coolant filled in the truck. Tools are everywhere, parts are everywhere. It's dark, you can't see what I'm doing. But it should be good to go here. Fires right up like it should. So the truck is still idling. We're still super full here, which means nowhere near its operating temp. This can sit. We don't have an overheating issue with that one. And the Falcon, we're sitting right up just under 190. It's a 180 thermostat. I don't have the fan on right now, so this is straight, no fan on the radiator, but maintaining temperatures there. Click the fan on now. Put the cap back on, stop popping bubbles. I'm just going to monitor that a little bit more. Coolant all over your battery terminals is not the ideal thing that you want right now, but now my coolant fan's not turning on. Which I kinda really want. just for a quick lap around the block and back. Not too crazy, just a quick one. As for the truck, a little bit of trickle on overflow too. We need to get this thing warm. Yeah, we're at 170. We should be coming up on that thermostat pretty quick here. Just shy of 170. Dropped a little bit in the overflow. Thermostat just opened. Falcon is off. My electric fan is no longer working. I'm assuming all of this dripping coolant right on top of the battery terminals and the fuse right there didn't do the best on the electrical components. Hoping just a pop fuse. We'll chase that down in a bit. Truck radiator, no leaks. Running good. No obvious leaks anyway. Timing cover, that's the notorious coolant spot. That's still good, but all I did was place the upper and lower here, so we should be in pretty good shape here. Inside, this one, we're holding just shy of 170, so that's where it needs to be. I'm going to let that one run a little longer. But the fun one is taking the Falcon for a ride. have it. Hopefully that's somewhat enjoyable for you. Why work on one shitty old Ford when you can work on two? Radiator's installed. It is working in the truck. Obviously, I took the Falcon for a quick little rip around the block. That worked fine. Everything seems to be good so far. I got a ton of things to still address on that one, but we're not there yet. I did get all the coolant out of the truck. Volvo still works. That's a plus too. So 3 quick little rip arounds. Truck is working. Radiator's in. Coolant's fixed. No more leaks there, so that should be good to go. Falcon is back to life. I don't know if it's still pissing a bunch of oil. I won't find that out until later. I will not be taking that one to work tomorrow because it made a bunch of weird noises the last time I did that. Started making a weird little noise that went away, so I think maybe it fixed itself. Don't really know what that is yet, but that's where we're at. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. I appreciate all of it. Really trying to build the channel a little bit, and I don't know, hopefully I'm getting a little better at it. Hopefully you guys are enjoying watching it a little bit more. So awesome. Like, comment, subscribe. Thank you. Appreciate all the feedback. Good, bad. Thanks for watching.